Welcome to Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is. Basically, on here, we just take a few picks for the weekend for soccer and the NFL for now. And we're going to begin by looking at how we did last week. It's all about keeping score and no odds under 2.5 on here. So we're going to start with soccer picks. Basically, it was all Premier League picks last week, the weekend of Saturday, the 21st of September and Sunday, the 22nd. On here, there were 4 games. I went for all draws in 4 games involving big teams in the EPL. Two games were draws. Crystal Palace versus Manchester United ended 0-0, and Man City versus Arsenal ended 2-2. And 2 games did not come up as draws. West Ham at home versus Chelsea. Chelsea went into West Ham and won 3-0, and Tottenham at home beat Brentford 3-1, which was a very successful week. There were 8 units placed, 14.8 units back with 2 draws. So that was a positive 6.8 units. That's to put $1, $6.8 back. For the whole season now, because we had a bad week in the first week, that kind of makes up for it. So we're down 1.2 units overall. And then to recap the NFL for last week, excellent week as well. Went with 2 games. 1 game came through out of 3.5, and the other game didn't come through. Baltimore Ravens at the Dallas Cowboys. That game ended 28-25. Thought the total could be lower, but Baltimore went in there and trounced the Cowboys. Might look like a close game. Wasn't really a close game. But the Philadelphia Eagles at the New Orleans Saints ended 15-12. Thought that could be a low scoring game. From the projected 49 points, ended 27. So 3 out of 3.5, 2 units placed. That is positive 7 units and 4 units placed. So in the NFL, doing great, 12.4 in total over the course of the season. Now we're going to get right into the picks for this weekend, for the weekend of Saturday, September 28 and Sunday, September 29. I'm going to start with soccer on here. Basically, there's lots of games I'm going with this weekend. Just looking at that, I don't like it. But I do like a lot of games, mainly in the German's Bundesliga. So we're going to go right into it. We're going to start with Ipswich versus Aston Villa in the English Premier League. I say Aston Villa goes away to Ipswich and scores at least 3 goals out of 3.5 for that. 2 units, basically. They're favored away 1.9, but Ipswich is a new team. They might actually be getting a welcome to the Premier League moment, and Aston Villa puts on some goals on them. It's an away game, so not a very comfortable game, but I like Aston Villa at that spot. Manchester United at home versus the Tottenham Spurs. That will be the big game in the Premier League this weekend. I would go with a draw here. I don't think Man U is a very good team. I don't like Spurs too much defensively, but I think they can both come in here and play a draw. They both had midweek games. So that would be interesting to see Man U drawing with 20 and Spurs winning comfortably against Karabakh in the Europa League. Then Getafe in the Spanish La Liga versus CD Alaves. I like CD Alaves as a better team. Here versus Getafe, they are the underdog team away to Getafe. So I say they come in here and they win 3 units. And I'm also putting a little something on CD Alaves team total over 2.5 for them to score 3 goals out of 13. Just throwing a chance there that they go in there and win comfortably against Getafe, which I think is not a very good team. Okay, and the other game I like here in the German Bundesliga is Borussia Mönchengladbach at home to Union Berlin. I like Union Berlin here to win. Underdogs, 3.4. Could end as a draw. But I think Union Berlin can actually squeak out a win here against Borussia Mönchengladbach. 3 units and a little something for them to score 3 goals out of 7 plus 600 American odds, 1 unit. And the big game in the German Bundesliga, in my opinion, the biggest game in Europe will be Bayern Munich versus Leverkusen on Saturday, September 28, 2024. Bayern Munich are at home here against Leverkusen. I don't think they are that much better than Leverkusen. Both teams are playing really well. I think this could end as a draw. In my opinion, probably something 2-2 draw. I think there are going to be goals in here. Kane is hot. Bayer Leverkusen is playing really good football. So that should be interesting to see outside draw, just because I can't actually differentiate both teams. If you ask me to pick a side, you want to pick the team that gives you value, the underdog on there. SC Freiburg versus St. Pauli. Freiburg at home, St. Pauli, one of the newly promoted teams. I think Freiburg can come in here, beat them comfortably, win by 3 or more goals, 3 units, and can also score 4 goals. Just add at home. Team total a little 1 unit for SC Freiburg. I don't think St. Pauli is a really good team, but this would actually be whether SC Freiburg is a good team or not determines how much they can actually beat St. Pauli by. Wolfsburg at home versus Stuttgart. Stuttgart is favorite away from home out of 2.15. I think they can win by 2 goals away from home out of 3.8. 2 units, and I think Stuttgart can score 4 goals here, a little something out of 8. These two teams can be equally weighted. In my opinion, they're not actually equal. I think Stuttgart is better. Tough game away from home. They can get it done against Wolfsburg. And then final game for soccer will be Holstein Kiel versus Eintracht Frankfurt. Frankfurt is away from home. Kiel, one of the newer teams. I don't think those new teams takes them a while to adjust to the league. It's at home, so they could play a little better, but I think Eintracht Frankfurt can go in here, beat them comfortably, win by more than 3 goals. Something 3-4-0 or 4-1. I say they also a little something, score 4 goals out of 5.5 plus 450 American odds. And finally, I'm going to do American football, that's the NFL, for this week. Also, I'm going with a lot of games in my opinion. Last week I only picked 2 games. I only liked 2. This time I'm going with 5. A little too aggressive in my opinion, but I like all 5 of them. Couldn't really leave out any in my opinion. Buffalo Bills at the Baltimore Ravens. Here Buffalo Bills are underdogs by a field goal, basically, in my opinion. These are 2 very equal teams. You give the advantage to the home team in Baltimore, a little bit more desperate. Buffalo Bills 3-0, Baltimore 1-2, needs the game. But I can see a 3-0 team with no flaws so far in the first 3 games. Josh Allen being the quarterback, and not take that. I said they win by a touchdown out of 3.5, just taking value here. 2 equal teams, and anything can happen. You take the value and you take extra payout if it works out for you. If not, you see, it is what it is. The LA Rams and Chicago Bears. Rams are beat up going to Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears haven't been impressive. But if there's a sport where the Rams can get blown out the door with all their injuries to their star players, Pukanakua and Cooper Kupp, and that offensive line taking a beating from the Chicago Bears defensive front, this might be the game. I don't like the Chicago offense that much, but as I kind of said at the beginning of the season, I like the Chicago defense. They win by more than 2 touchdowns out of 4.5 value, 2 units. Denver Broncos at the New York Jets. Jets favored by over a touchdown by 7 or more points. On here, I'm saying the Denver Broncos to win the game. I don't like this in any way. I can tell you several reasons why the Jets should win this game comfortably about the Denver Broncos, but it's the NFL. And these big underdogs keep winning. And this is a sport where I find little chance. 2 things, basically, that I think, or a few things why I think the Broncos can win. One, the coach for the Broncos, I consider him better than the New York Jets coach, Robert Saleh. I don't think Robert Saleh knows exactly what he's doing as a coach. Pretty good team, but I prefer Sean Payton there for the Denver Broncos. Patrick Surtain can shut down Garrett Wilson as a cornerback, and defensively, I think the Broncos are pretty good. And then I'm not too comfortable with Aaron Rodgers, 40 years old, coming back from an injury any game, anytime he could show his athletic issues. Are there many reasons why the Jets could win? Yes, absolutely a lot. But I like the Denver Broncos to win here. Also, 4, the New Orleans Saints are the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons favored at home by 2.5. Supposed to be 2 equally based teams. Then home team gives an advantage. I think the New Orleans Saints can just about win as easily as the Falcons can win this game. I'll take the value on the underdog here to win by 6 or more points out of 3.5 for over a touchdown. They have done it a couple of times this season and won comfortably when we didn't expect them. That's the New Orleans Saints. I think they can come here and win the Atlanta Falcons at the Falcons' home. In my opinion, the Falcons, same thing with Aaron Rodgers. This the quarterback coming off of injury. Any moment that whole thing can actually crash if the defensive line comes right at his legs and his knees. So I'm going with the other teams in here to pick it upset, win comfortably as well. Then also looking at the Cincinnati Bengals and Carolina Panthers, in my opinion, obviously 2 defenses has played really, really bad. I think Cincinnati Bengals offense is good. They can come up here, put enough points on the Panthers, and then the Dalton-led Carolina Panthers puts up enough points to cover the 56, 2 units out of 3.7. We're looking up to a big week. This a long one, but put your money where your mouth is. Don't forget, you like this, find any value from it, you think, or have any opinions about this, leave it in the comment section. Like, subscribe, share, and let's do this all season.